Can I have the space outfit from my ex-boyfriend is space giant?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Hi,
Sweet.
Like the
everyone.
belt.
Hello.
Hi. Hi.
All right.
Hi.
You know what I find the most entertaining, or one of the most entertaining. This is a perfect example, or a perfect testament to what the internet's like. So Al completely just smothers a man in his sleep to death, and what does everyone focus on? Oh man, that Al, he's such a pimp.
Well, if you had to think about, okay, you have to see in our action-oriented world. I think cold-blooded murder of a horrible person versus pimping out your friend and companion. Eh, moral
Yeah.
reasons.
But see,
Also,
see,
sex always
see,
sells.
that argument would only hold water if they were talking about it in a negative light.
Oh, they were encouraging.
They were like, oh man, that Al is such a pimp. He loves pimping them hoes. And I'm sitting there going, dude, I'm smothering a guy over here. No one.
If anything, I'm
Pillow to
smothering the
man's
hose.
I was like, I mean, I actually expected, because I was talking to you in front about this. I don't play characters that do that. It's not really my style. This is a kind of a new thing for me, and I was expecting people to go, oh my god, I can't believe Squee did. No one cared. All they cared is that I was trying to get Mila to get some. Which
Yeah,
I wasn't trying to do.
I was shocked.
What?
I'm just like, okay, yeah, you do that. And after 5 minutes, he's dead. Ugh.
There we go.
All right.
Done.
He was kind of asleep already. Is just
Yeah.
Now he's no longer more permanent sleep. Anyway, are we
he now
good to
has
go?
the forever sleep.
Sleep. Forever and a day sleep.
Yeah.
All right, shall we rock and roll?
Yeah, I think we're good to go.
Sure.
Cool. Now, have you begun recording, or is that separate? School?
No, we've already started recording.
Oh shit! Then we should definitely get going. That's
Ah.
this
Oh
band.
jeez.
Oh no, it
Oh,
was entertaining.
boy.
We were entertaining the masses. Don't worry about it.
All right. So when we last left off, you guys vanquished that Thornhead demon in a most explosive way, and managed to secure quite a cache of valuables. After loading them onto your vehicle, packing every single compartment of all your, not only just
Hello. Hello. Is anyone there? Oh my gosh, I'm so alone. Oh no! Where is everyone? Uh-oh. We seem to have lost, well, everyone. Hang on a second. We're back in action.
Okay, so
Oh,
as I
yeah.
was saying, after packing your vehicles filled with treasure, it's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon before you head out. Now, there's a few options that you have. You can backtrack exactly the way you came, just kind of pretty much following the map in reverse. However, that was a winding map that sent you in several different directions. The total travel time was probably close to 10 days. You figure if you take a straight shot directly through the terrain towards back to Parents Post, it should only take you about a week. Of course, it might actually take you 8 days because you have to go a little bit slower because of the dragon skull that you put on top of your vehicle's on top of Patrick's vehicle. So you would save, it would be 8 days instead of say 11 or 12 days. So you'd save about 3 or 4 days, just taking a straight shot, a direct line. You don't see very many waterways in the overland map that would really restrict you. And with a few good land navigations rules, you should be pretty safe. But I will leave the option as to what route you should take to you, fine folks.
I think a different route would be good, given that we went through a minefield.
Yeah, and the flamey foresty thing.
I
with
want to
the
go
peop-
back through the flaming foresty thing.
Why?
Because I wanted to talk to the warlock gentleman.
Why?
I seem to remember us wanting to talk to him before. Didn't we get something magical?
We might have, and he would be the easiest. He would be a good person to talk to see if there are actually any
What?
magical things in this.
Then we can certainly go back by there and then
Yeah.
take a straight shot from there.
At least to inform him that there is no longer the demon over there.
Ding
That-
dong, the
that's-
beast is dead.
Yeah. And after that, I wouldn't mind taking a straight shot from there.
I'm
Would that
fine
be
with
fine
that.
with everybody?
Yeah.
Okay.
My main concern is the not through the minefield part.
Well, we already got
yeah.
I already marked down all the locations in the minefield. We could have
Yes, but
backtracked
let's
it.
just be safe. Just because we didn't go over a mine the first time doesn't mean that we wouldn't accidentally hit one the next time.
But I have digital locations that we could easily.
Yes, but
follow.
Patrick, we would have to follow our exact tire treads in order to be
Ah,
sure.
what the
Oh
hell?
God.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Now there's aliens are invading. Apparently, whoever's there, mute it. Mute it. Mute it. Mute it.
Ooh, I can't. Oh,
Oh my God.
Wow.
If you're being contacted from the other side.
throwing all of my phones.
What's that?
I just picture like Piff just has like a plethora of phones. He's just throwing them all.
Like, what else could go wrong? And then
I
there's
don't
just
know.
in the background. R.I.P. headphone users, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm
Ow.
sorry.
You might
Sorry,
want to
guys.
edit that out when you do this actual recording.
Yeah, you might want to.
I will try to remember. Yes.
Oh God, he's not gonna remember. I'm sorry, people on the YouTube.
Yes. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
memories are not my strong suit.
All right.
But to Patrick's character from Al, yeah, but in order to be sure that we don't go over any landmines, we would have to go over the exact same tire treads, which probably aren't there anymore.
No,
So-
there's a giant box path.
No,
We-
Patrick. Just because we went over that path and didn't hit a mine doesn't mean that we weren't just incredibly lucky. Let's
No,
just
but-
avoid it altogether.
I don't. It's not luck. We can go over
Patrick?
the same path.
But what?
I have math and everything.
Yes, I understand, but how do you know that we didn't just get through there through sheer luck and the math was wrong or the path was wrong?
Doesn't matter if it's luck or not. We can just go over the same path.
Okay,
and
let me
I've marked
explain.
them down.
Let me explain how mines work. Unless we can
Okay.
travel over the exact literal
Do the-
same tire treads, then we may hit a
no,
mine.
we had a giant box pushing in front of us.
Just no, let's not. Let's not tempt fate.
Wait, what do you mean? I have coordinates and everything.
I will remind you that it is a winding path. It will take longer to go that way as well.
But also-
I'm just trying
like I
to
said-
explain it.
But like I said, if all it takes is to meander from that path just a little bit, or for the wind to knock it so that we're not sure exactly where the path was, or anything like that, we get off the trail just a little bit, one landmine, and it's over.
I don't want to fix my bike again.
It-
I like my
not-
bike.
We can go somewhere else, but I want to be very, very, punctual about this. I marked down mathematically spots, exact locations.
Okay.
Patrick?
We would not have a problem if we went back there. Like, it would be
Patrick.
pretty much impossible unless the landmines actually moved.
Patrick,
Yeah?
I understand that you have it all marked down and everything. But how about this? We take a straight shot back to Parents Post from the fireplace.
I'm not arguing about that. We can go another
Let me
place.
finish. Let me
Okay.
finish. If it's along the path, we do what you want to do. We follow where you marked it. If it's not along the path, we can just bypass it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So, you guys are heading back to the Burning Wood.
Mm-hmm.
And after talking with Vool, you're going to try to find the most direct route to Parents Post, correct?
Yes.
Great. Wonderful. So is there anything else you folks would like to do at this cave or anything in preparation before you head back towards, we'll just call it the Burning Wood for the sake of it?
No, I'm good.
Okie
We
dokie.
got all the treasure and the skull and everything. I'm good.
Wonderful. The other day, the day goes by. You continue to travel. You break camp that night. You're about at the halfway point. At this point, the rain has let up, and it's a relatively clear night. You're able to rest fine without any sort of incident. Is there any campfire type RP you folks would like to engage in? Or shall we just continue to the next day?
I think Al would probably continuously apologize to Mila.
Yeah, at this point, Mila's kind of like, from the cave to this point, Mila's been kind of walking around on eggshells around Al, like trying not to get him upset because she thinks that he's like super angry at her.
I'm sorry. I'm not angry at you. It was an accident. I forgot to yell pineapple. That was it. I am sorry. You did nothing wrong.
I'm pretty sure you're mad at me.
No, I'm not. I'm not mad. Look, Mila. If I was mad at you, would I trust you to hide my most important things?
No.
And then, can I give her my utility belt?
I thought you were gonna like.
course.
He raises his hand and she's like, ah!
I was gonna give you my utility belt and say, could you hide this for me?
Yeah, I can do that.
Thank you. And there goes my utility belt with
Why would you
nothing in
give
it.
her... Oh, okay.
Oh, there's nothing in it. It's just a utility belt.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Piff.
I'm probably going to take Tom and go over some of the digital notes from the spell book diary thing that the lady had.
Yes,
Oh,
Sierra.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Okie dokie. Is there anything in particular that you're looking for, or are you just reviewing it?
Just studying.
Okay. Fair enough. All right. The next morning rolls around, and I would like all of you to give me a roll of D20. Don't add in any sort of modifier, just a straight D20 roll, please. Okay. Tom and Al, could you give me another roll, please?
Uh-oh. All right. Did it roll? Yeah, I did.
Uh-huh.
Got my number.
Oh, come on. There you go.
Okie dokie. So, Mila and Thomas, when you wake up in the morning, you feel a little uncomfortable, a little scratchy, a little itchy, and when you roll up your legs and sleeves, I'm afraid you have a few little visitors on your skin.
Ah.
They look like this.
Oh no.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
afraid wood ticks have crept into. I'm going to delete that because that is quite disgusting. I'm afraid wood ticks have crept into your skin, and you look like you each have about a dozen of them or so.
Ugh.
They will continue to burn and irritate and gross you out until they're dealt with.
Can I start
gonna
treating
say-
them?
I was gonna say, Camila, like run and wake up Al and be like,
Yes.
fix me,
Yes.
get it off, get it off.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. Can I? I guess I have a laser scalpel. I'm assuming I could use that to burn them off the way I need to.
You could.
That
Because
is
you don't just
skin.
pull them off. That would just leave the head in there.
No, you do. You're absolutely right. You do need to burn them off. I'm not too sure if the laser scalpel will do a very good job because it's meant to cut through flesh using the heated laser.
Mm-hmm.
if you use that laser on the actual tick, it will incinerate the tick, but it'll also create a small incision in the skin.
All right, then do I have?
You're thinking maybe a good old-fashioned, the more old-fashioned way might be best.
Okay. Do you want me to roll a paramedic or?
Yeah, please do, because you
Alright.
might botch it up. One per patient, please.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, please.
I'm gonna wake up slowly and see what's going on.
There we go. Both are well below the 85, so.
Excellent. All right. So using either a heated piece of metal or just an open flame, really, they're able to treat those disgusting wood tick bites, and they are all gone. They're all free. Each of you take about 3 SDC worth of damage just due to the light bites. They will heal, in time, in a few days, I'm sure. But it was a bit of an encounter for you.
So I was making a roll quick. I forgot to add my hit points for leveling up, so I had to roll that.
Oh, crap.
There we go.
Do-do-do.
Wait, I thought you already rolled,
No.
Vern. I could have
Oh, okay.
I might have. Let me double check that. Keep going.
Okay. But you are able to continue on, and by it takes about 30 minutes to treat the tick bites, and after on, you're able to arrive just outside the perimeter. You're about 100 feet or so from the perimeter of the burning wood. It's around 11:30. It's a gray, overcast day, but it's not currently raining. And the fire is still roaring. And you don't see anyone at the edge of the wood just yet. You don't see any shadows moving around, and you don't see Vool.
Hmm.
Do we have like a doorbell or?
Doorbell of fire.
Um.
I'd rather not just step in without.
Hello.
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I was gonna say or
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll work.
Well, all right. After a few calls of hello, by Mila,
Yeah.
sure enough, you see one figure of fire, one fire elemental, kind of rapidly shift along the perimeter. And after about a 20-minute wait, Vool does show up. And he steps out of the perimeter of the wood, although his fire elemental kindred are probably about a half dozen of them are still hanging around their perimeter watching you intently.
Mhm.
And Vool, he's dressed in his full body armor with his helmet on. And he says, hello again, my former guests. I see you've made it back alive. I take it the demon did not trouble you.
Well.
Well, he's dead. Let's just leave it at that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I see, and he points and gestures over to Patrick's ATV, the one that predominantly has a skull on top, and he says, I'm assuming that's not the demon's skull you took as a trophy.
No, apparently the dragon is dead, and a throne of his skull was found in the cave. The demon must have thought very highly of himself.
I imagine so. Although it's unlikely that the demon was the one that slew him, it seems that he got to preside over his bones.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well-
now we do.
Yes.
I can see that. Be very careful. That is a high trophy, and some people might come after you for it. Some people who value such things. But you have returned here. I'm assuming you require some other assistance?
Yes, we have found a slew of jewels and things, and I am trying to figure out if there's any magical artifacts in here. Besides just tinkering around and trying out each one, I was hoping that you might um, be more able to pick them out.
Vool says, I'm not incredibly knowledgeable as far as lore goes, but I do have some. I can sense certain types of magic. Of course, as we mentioned before, fire does not bend to others' will, and
Well?
you will have to. I will have to be compensated for this.
I will say this: if there is any magical crystals that I've given to you before, if there's any more in this pile, if there is another one, I would gladly hand one over.
Fair enough. And in the off chance that there isn't another magic battery in the lot there, may I just simply take half a dozen gems from the pile? So perhaps I might use them for a possible future ritual to get my brethren home.
Absolutely.
Fair enough. Well, I don't think it's a wise idea to bring all that jewelry and gold inside the wood. I'm not too sure how hot it can get, but you probably don't want to risk melting it. It will probably take me a good part of this day. You can camp outside our home here without fear of any sort of reprieve. And but by the morning, you should get your answer.
Cool.
Is there anything else you folks want to ask Vool?
No.
I think that was it.
How are the notes treating you?
He says, I am lucky that I am able to read such language. The tricky thing is the phrasing. I'm afraid the writer of these notes used some slang terminology that I'm not quite aware of. I've been able to decipher a lot of it, but it's a little slow going. But I'm optimistic. It's helpful.
Thanks.
So, that obviously the next day passes, and in the morning,
I was
go
going to
ahead.
say, because I forgot to last time, I'd like to ask Patrick if there's, I don't even know if there's anything he can do for my body armor, because it did take quite a bit of fire damage. I'm at I think it's normally 70, I'm at like 62.
I don't know if you have very many MDC supplies left, to tell you the truth.
The scales from the big.
The Fury Beetle?
Yeah. I mean that shouldn't be a fix all. I'm just questioning.
Well, if that was the case, we'd probably have to replace parts of it, because I mean none of my armor is missing. It's just kind of burned, so I think I'd rather just leave it as it is. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to start wearing his skin scales for pants.
Well, we can always repair it when we get to Parents' Post.
That was what I was gonna say. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not too critical of a thing.
I can help fix any joint damage, and that's about it.
And there isn't too much damage on the joints, alas. It's mostly just high fire burn. Yeah.
It's fine. We can wait till we get back to Parents' Post.
All right.
Okay. So in the morning, Vool's able to kind of give you some sort of report. And Vool says there's only one magic item that I was able to decipher. Everything else here seems quite mundane, although I'm sure you will find people willing to part with their money or their goods for such baubles. Only one was magical. He picks up the sword that was left aside as he was sorting through everything, the ruby-hilted sword, and he says, he holds it in his hand and it says, if you focus magical energy into it, if you focus your potential into this blade, watch what happens. and he concentrates for a moment. And sure enough, the thin metal blade erupts into flame, into fire. And he says, "Be very careful with this, for this is a magic flame, and it will cut even the most sturdiest of armors that you or I might wear. Unfortunately, this is not for everyone to wield, but it is a very strong weapon."
All right. I would like for him to pick out any choice jewels that he would like.
He picks 3 rubies and 3 sapphires. A few of the rubies are attached to, one's attached to a ring and one's attached to a necklace. And he says, well, rather than forcing out the gems, I might as well just take the entire thing.
Yeah.
Yes, he regrets that he wished he had something that was valued to you, because he's quite interested in that sword, but he is concerned that his meager possessions and the seclusive power of his friends wouldn't really do much for you.
I would say I have high want for the item as well, and I think we're just going to have to be in an impasse at that.
Well, that's fair. Sometimes you can't always get what you desire, and don't worry, my desires flicker and fade sometimes, so you'll see no problem with me.
I will have a ending note. If I do find anything that will help your specific need to transfer these guys back to guys, gals, or whatever other gender they may be.
They're non-gendered elementals, my good man.
All right. If I find anything that will help you, I will come back and give you that.
Fair enough. There's one thing you could possibly do for us right now. I mentioned before of my desire that no one knows about this place. I know that whether you keep your word is up to you, and I'd appreciate it if you do. However, there is one piece of physical evidence. Since you have already arrived at your final destination, may I please have the copy of your map so we may put it to flame?
Yes, actually. I wouldn't mind that at all.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. And do you mind if I'm a little symbolic and just use this fine blade one more time before I hand it back to you, just so I can, I don't know, feel the satisfaction of it?
I see no harm in that.
Oh, thank you very much. And Vool does not smile very much. In fact, the only time he did smile and grin was before, when you were at his home and you were debating whether to visit a potential dragon, which he found very humorous. But when you hand over the map, a smile does cross his face as well. And with another concentration, more crimson flames float up the blade. And he just sets the map on the dirty ground, pushes the blade to it, and sure enough, like a piece of tissue paper to a flame, the map goes up in a matter of seconds. And since of those of you are going to be keeping this, he stops for a moment. He puts the blade down. The blade of the weapon itself extinguishes its fire, and he hands it back to you by the hilt. And the hilt is cool to the touch. None of the roaring heat has transferred to the metal, just showing once again its magical quality. But give me a second, and I'm going to copy and paste a picture of this weapon, so you have a visual representation of it.